All right, let's see. Fa going on 6 here. And he struck again. Will said, I'm improving with all the info on your channel, so thanks for that question. Any tips on how to consistently get my ball out to the right second arrow? I tend to sometimes not get it out enough on a consistent basis. Will, the question I would have is, are you continuing to leave your hips and shoulders open to create the angle for that? And then second, a lot of times we start pulling because we don't trust the ball, we don't trust ourselves, and we don't want to lay it out there. Andrew wants to know if I threw SPI for 18 years. Stephanie, thank you. Appreciate the comments and the questions. Bearded, thank you for that. Bill, I think a lot of us pull it when we're afraid of the gutter. When I see others throw it in the gutter, I then intentionally start thinking I'm going to throw it in the gutter. Jim wants to know, have I thrown the Supra yet? How did it compare to the Nebula? Will you ever be up in my... What? Oh, will I ever be in your neck of the woods? Allentown, PA. I haven't thrown the Supra yet, but doesn't mean it won't be in my near future. If my wife has it her way, I'll probably be throwing it tomorrow. She'll probably drive out to Motive Shop and just pick it up. And I may or may not be. Jim, I don't know. Have you seen the new Hammer shoes with a dial? Are you talking about the Hammer Power Diesels? And if so, then I have them. Footing, planting versus sliding. Stephanie's asking about planting versus sliding. I think they both serve a purpose here. So sliding is obviously, I think, the long-running go-to. Planting, if need be, is effective for those who can't slide or have balance issues. And comfortability, right? At the end of the day, if you can't slide, you can't slide. It doesn't make you bad. What can you consistently do time and time again? I will say, though, with planting, I see a lot slower speed unless you're muscling it, which we really don't want to be doing, but that's just kind of what I see with that. Thoughts on the IQ Tour Solid? It's a ball. It's not something I like necessarily, but it's a ball. Bill said he can't slide. I can't slide either. Let's see. What's your recommendation on when to get the oil out of the ball? Is there a number of games you go by? Homer, I just go by whenever my ball stops doing if I've rolled this ball for, say, 20 games and I know what to expect of it and it magically stops doing it, at that point, I'm going to do a full detox and resurface. They are. I'd like to see another 300 here. Sheesh, Graham is there. Planting is what I do, never have solid. Double knee surgery to work on consistent approach, still working on balance of the line, but now my speed is increasing. I think my layouts are getting too weak now. Thank you. So close to 300. Whoa, stone 9-pin right there. Wow. So Fa went front 8 and then had a stone 9-pin. That was a good run. I think he's going to walk Larson out of this, and then we're going to see what Justin Knowles versus Graham Fa is going to look like here in the next bit. That was a good ball. Looks like it deflected just a little bit, and it did. Hit the head pin, and if you watch that broadcast, you can see the ball deflect to the left a little bit, which is why it didn't cover the 9-pin. And that was I'm going to say this because everybody wants to make comments about it. Did everybody just watch that professional bowler hook at the 9-pin? See how he didn't throw straight? Yes. Okay. So for those straighter is greater people, professionals are hooking at their spares as well. I know that's shocking. Thomas Larson here. He's in there. Very good ball. Maybe a little late. He's going to need some help from Fa here. But actually, it's already over. So Foz got that in the bag. Throwing the radical conspiracy theory, and there's a lot of snap on the back on the ball. Get it out more. So I'm subconsciously. Yep. All right, Stephanie, keep it up. Hey, a nice 274 is great. You want to throw a 300 game before you turn 62. You got it. I got faith in you. Bill said I'm a lefty, so I luck out in bowling, I guess. I don't know. You know, I I get jealous of you lefties, but I guess the truth is like I play better when the lane's broken down than I do on fresh most of the time. So if I was on the left side, I'd struggle with the constant. It seems to be always fresh. Larson put a good run together here. You know, through qualifying and the match play, Larson's actually who knocked Tackett out. He went 4-3 against Tackett, and really his best bowling in the past couple years. So shout out Larson. Continue putting that work in, sir, and keep making those great jerseys because you have some of the best jerseys on tour. Bill, it takes time. Bill's talking about he doesn't know how to adjust well yet. There's a fine details to adjusting and knowing when to adjust, how to adjust, and where to adjust. It's not complicated once you can learn it, but what's going on, Gary? Do staffers normally have to go into every competition throwing the new balls that are released? I mean, what happens if they're not really matching up and they want to use? Craig, staffers don't have to use new balls. Now, this is where bowling becomes also a marketing tool. And truth is brands, they want to sell new equipment. Obviously, that's why they drop new balls every month, every 6 weeks or so. But they don't have to. And we'll see a lot of staffers who will use older equipment. Now, here's the catch, right? Equipment that is being used on the national tour has to be within a 3-year window. So they have to be released in the last 3 years. A lot of bowlers punch up new equipment because you get that fresh out of the box. They're not used. You get true reaction out of them. So that's where that comes from. Stephanie said, more 200 games this league season. Outstanding. How much practice do I put in a week? Physical practice, not enough. A few hours, maybe 4 or 5 hours. However, when I'm giving lessons or I'm coaching, then that is practice for myself as I'm refining my understanding of the game and the processes and the mechanics of bowling. So I do utilize that. And then on the weekends, I tend to get most of my practice, especially during tournament season. Larson is. Julie asked where we're getting jerseys from. Coolwick, I Am Bowling, and H5G is all jerseys I have. Tends to be my go-to. We do have a lefty versus lefty championship match.
Has that ever happened before?
I don't know. Doug said, doesn't PBA have full semis with balls pressed? They can make them on the spot. So, Doug, yes, the PBA National Tour does have, they usually have 2 semis, 1.5 full of all balls, pretty much all new balls. And then they have 2 drill presses and a guy that runs layouts. However, those balls are only for the companies to give out to staffers. You can't just go on the truck and buy balls. You have to have the company be giving them to you or telling the PBA that they're directing to use those balls. At least that's my understanding. Congratulations, Adam. A lot more 220s. Stephanie, I never consider league unless you're truly practicing practice. I think there is room in League 2 practice if you're comfortable doing so. But I always like to be intentional with my practice, so that means challenging my beliefs and thoughts and processes to better myself. And I know sometimes it gets difficult. So 3 leagues is a lot during the week, though. That's a great amount.
Certainty matters. So when you need the right high-quality promotional products, printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time, that's the certainty of 4imprint. Wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team by visiting 4imprint.com. 4imprint for certain. This is the story of the one. The one knows the unexpected can put everything on the line. But with a teammate like Granger, she's confident that she will always win the day. Call, click, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done. If you love
Drop it here now, though. Who's winning this championship match? Graham Faw versus Justin Knowles, two lefties. AJ, I was just answering that. It looks like Faw's going to stay in the 78U.
my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back, but now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Sky Missy.
I think Knowles is probably going to win this next match, but what's the question here? Julie said, how did you get into bowling? Every superhero has an origin story. I got into bowling because my dad told me I had to do something as a kid. I was about 13, 14 years old. And then I got into league, and it kind of took off from there. I didn't start taking bowling serious until my sophomore year of high school. And then junior year, senior year, semi-state and state finalist. And then I bowled collegiately for the University of Southern Indiana and just kind of carried on there. What do you see as the most challenging part of bowling for seniors? Seniors, just the way oil patterns are today and the type of oil that's being used, it seems like it's accommodating to seniors. However, when it comes to competitive stuff, I see seniors struggle with the ability to keep speed up to play on some of these patterns. I'm just using YouTube TV to watch it. It's just on regular. I think even Antenna can pick it up. Big Dog said I painted USI's dorms and hallways. Okay. All right, Big Dog. Have a good one, Homer. Danny said, I'm excited to get back to practicing regularly the last few months. I've been busy with everything else and haven't got off to a fresh. I think that's a misunderstanding, right? Like, life does happen, and it's okay to take that time off, and it's a good reset as well. So don't beat yourself up about it. Big Dog, yes, in Evansville. So it looks like we're going to go to another commercial break.
Opening day, just like we used to. I love being out here with Sam again, especially at the big game. It's why I wanted more for my symptomatic obstructive HCM. So I asked my cardiologist about Camzyos. With Camzyos, my symptoms have improved, and I can be more active. It's a difference I can feel, and he can see.
Yeah, I think Graham's got the upper hand right now. Obviously, he's bowled through the transition, and he sees what the lane's giving him. Justin's coming in. He'll get a few minutes of practice here before the match starts, and that's what we'll do to move on. Stephanie said her dad gave her first bowling ball in '85, a 12-pound Columbia White Dog plastic, highest games of 230. Hey, that's a great keepsake. Keep that, put it in a case and just show it off. Blevin wants to know what I think about the concept. So I've been bowling in tournaments and seeing the concept firsthand for the last 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, whatever it's been. And the truth is, I'm not impressed with it, to be truthful with you. And the bowlers that I see use it, they are in it for a few, and then they seem to get out of it, which is very different. And also, what it was marketed as doesn't seem to be what it's actually doing. So I think there's that. Can you explain the math rule? Are we talking about the rule of 31 or 32? Whichever one you want to go with.
Ask your dermatologist about Bimzelx. Why'd I go to the doctor? When my heart kept skipping a beat, I didn't think much of it. But my girls made me get checked out, and it made such a difference.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to last, to be honest. I see the concept. I'll give it, maybe 9 months at most, and then they'll probably discontinue it. So the rule of 32 is you take the length of the pattern. So let's say a normal house shot, it's 42 foot on most houses. 42 minus 32 tells me my break point is going to be the 10 board. And then vice versa, right? If you're playing on a 37 foot, subtract that, and your break point is going to be 5. So it's always the length of the pattern you're on is subtracted by 32, and that's going to be your break point down lane. Hey, John, happy birthday. John Ross turned 37 today. Happy birthday. Thanks for spending your birthday with me. Sheesh. I'm honored. I'm about ready for these commercials to be over, though. I'm trying to see who's going to win this Knowles versus Fall match. Husband said to me, told you. Hey, appreciate it. Well, one up for the husband. There's the great Pete Weber. He said, who do you think you are? I am. What a guy. If you haven't heard him tell that story about how that came about, he was actually talking to a kid when he wanted to call a kid out after he won that because the kid was giving him crap the whole time he was bowling that tournament. Do you favor a brand, Stephanie asked? Currently, I'm favoring Motive. I think I've just a ball or two shy of having a whole arsenal of Motive equipment, but right now I'm Motive. Do I ever come out towards Cali? I don't, but doesn't mean I can't or won't be. Player intros need to be better. Gary, I agree with you on that. What are the hearted houses for anybody to bowl at? I think the hearted houses are the ones people don't bowl in on a regular basis. Here we go. Justin with the first shot. Oh, and he rung a 7-pin. Rung a 7-pin. So it looks like Justin's probably going to use 2 different balls as well. It's okay. He cleaned up the spare. So I like how they just showed that when Knowles was warming up. He was carving the lane up by putting 500 grit surface on a ball just to create a track. Stephanie asked, can I explain how to adjust when leaving a 10-pin right-handed? Stephanie, it depends. Are you, if it's a flat or ringing 10-pin, instantly what I go to instead of just switching balls, I'll take a baby step backwards to try to create a different entry angle. It works for some, not others. But then I'll move just a half board. And if that doesn't give me the coverage I need or correct the pin action, then I will switch into a shinier ball than what I'm throwing. So both bowlers didn't open. They started with spares. Yeah, Faw's still in the 78U. Yeah, Danny, that's it. That's right. Scoot back about a half step. Got it. So they're playing about a 3-board swing here. Is it a matter of moving forward or using maybe a heavier bowling ball? Andy, what weight bowling ball are you using? Um, the the answer is you're not getting any drive on your ball and it's just deflecting. That's why we're leaving a 5-pin. So, if you're throwing straight, like a straight ball and you're not hooking at it, it's probably getting to the head pin and deflecting away. That would impact a lot of that. All right, Faw. He struck, and then Knowles comes back in the second and strikes as well. So both are on pace for a 290. Andy's throwing a 13. And do you play straight or do you hook at the pins? Let me see. Move into 14 pounds. I think it may be a good idea, Catherine. I don't see no problem in it as long as physically it's something she can handle, and it may help a lot with the pin carry on the back end of that as well. So I wouldn't jump straight into all new equipment. Maybe get one and then see how she does with it, but definitely a good option. All right, Hook. So yeah, either a little heavier ball or you're not finishing your shot and you think you are. So I see a lot of people, they stop here instead of coming all the way through. And if we don't follow through, then your ball is deflecting when it gets to the pins. You're welcome, Catherine. So Knowles went spare, strike, spare. Faw's coming in high. Oh, the messenger cleaned up that 8-pin. Sheesh. You're welcome, Stephanie. Thanks for being here. Okay. He came through the head pin, though. That drove right through the head pin. And then the messenger smacked that 8 down. You're welcome, Andy. Yeah. That's me. Not a consistent follow through. That explains a lot. Yeah, Gary, you're welcome. I think a lot of us struggle with follow through. We think we're following through, but we're really not.
That's me.
So you got to be able to either, one, identify it yourself or have those around you that can help you identify it. There's Fall. What a nice one. This one's going to be a shootout. I suspect both of these men will, stay clean throughout this game. And it's going to be who can strike more.
Which one were they saying had the bulging disc?
Justin.
My
Oh.
gosh. What's he throwing?
Huh?
What's he throwing?
Looks like Transform.
It's kind of dark. You polish it or something?
I mean, if it's darker, he would have dulled the color. That messenger was very nasty. Bounced off the wall and came flying across there. It is the transformer.
Yeah, it is. I think it's the glare from the lights that makes it
Mhm.
look darker. Because now it looks.
Ah,
Oh, okay, there he goes.
Ethan, that sucks, man.
He said that's the one right there. Look at the guy with the cutout.
The big Justin Knowles head.
Oh, he signed it too.
His dad and brother came and surprised him yesterday. A 9-hour drive to come visit Justin for this title match.
I threw a ball in the messenger, flew in for the 10. Next ball, left the 10. Should I have moved on the first one? No, I think it's hard to say you should have moved off a messenger. However, a messenger is supposed to be there, so was it the correct messenger would be my question. However, it sounds like, you were in the right spot and did your thing. Ethan, I think a lot of times we see that, right? You could be plus 60 and have a very bad game, and now you're out of it altogether. That's why every pin matters.
So here's the question.
Fall is cruising again, yes.
When the day comes that you make your TV debut, exactly how many giant Tim B. bowling heads should I bring for the crowd?
Probably none. Probably the best bet.
All of them. The whole
Yeah.
crowd is just going to be Tim B.
Yeah.
heads.
Danny says he thinks Grand Fall has it. Listen, right this moment he does. It just takes one slip, though. But, I think Graham's locked in, so you might be right. Oh, get it.
Gosh.
Messenger just in front of the 7 pin for Knowles. I love the fact that Knowles is smiling through this as much as it's probably difficult for him. He's not throwing bad balls for sure. He's throwing really good shots. Is Fa early player of the year candidate? I think so. I mean, you're talking 2 shows, a major and just a regular title. He came in 2nd seed. It's looking like he's probably going to win this. Definitely early player of the year candidate. Gary, he's throwing Brian said lots of Tim heads.
Yes.
He's throwing the purple 78U. I'm going to tell you what, though. Justin's always got a fresh haircut. There it is. Oh, tripped out 3 of them. Woo!
He said, I'm not done yet.
Yeah. Come on, Justin. Had a boy. Way to stay checked in.
I like him.
He tripped those last 4. Hey, Brian, quit spoiling it. Uh-oh. Here's the opening. Let's see. Got a cover. You can only request 2 re-racks per game. Craig said he's thinking you're on Team Knowles.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
That's what's up, Kat. So Kat said he switched from 15 to 14 pounds, and his shoulder is thanking him. All right, so Fa covered the, 6 pin. So currently, Fa punches out 269, and Knowles punches out at 239. We're going to see how Fa does on this left lane here. Sorry, Brian. Well, this won't be the shot. That's in there. Oh, trip down to 6'10". Came up high on that one. I think Fall's just getting the carry he's going to need to probably carry this one to the house. So Noel's going to need to punch out to, really force Graham into getting him out of there.
Mom.
Yeah.
Is that
Knowles got him.
Girl.
All right. He pitched that one about 2 boards left of where, the ideal line would be, but obviously it came back cooking off the end there. Hey, that's awesome, Johnny. Welcome. Let's see what Justin does here on the left lane. Money. Oh my God, it just died. It died.
No.
Yikes. Well, that's it.
No.
It's going to take Graham opening 2 times. I think Graham's going to win his title of the year here. Justin has nothing to be upset about.
So, like with that looked very good and then didn't end very good.
Correct.
Is that just the ball?
It just got hung up. It looks like it just spun out on some oil down lane. Let's also note that's another professional hooking at another spare. I know a lot of y'all want to say, oh, you got to throw straight at them. Well, as I continue to tell you, a lot of players are starting to hook at spares. So, pro, not pro, whatever. So we've seen Faw hook at spares. We've seen Justin Knowles hook at spares. And that's relevant because who's the 2 finalists for the Pete Weber Classic? Graham Faw, smash pocket again. That's going to be a title for him. So congratulations to Graham Faw. Congratulations to all the bowlers. Be honest, getting here is not easy. Nothing to be ashamed of at all. He put together a great day. Hey, TR, what's up? Sitting at home watching this, that they were competing. Yeah, absolutely.
Good job. Yeah.
All right, there it is. Faw got his title for the year. Now I don't suspect he'll be easing up anywhere this year. I think he's fully dedicated this year, and he's obviously on to a lot of nice things right now, getting the crowd pumped up here. I wish I'd see more of that during this match play and tournament play, is just getting the crowd more involved. I understand the silence, but I also understand that this is a sport where the crowd is involved. And they come out, they pay money. They should be allowed to. JK, I don't know who that is, but she is somebody. So, congratulations to Graham Faw.
Hey, maybe she's his social media person.
Joseph, hey man, I'm glad you could be doing that and we could get you through it. Gary said he watched on Bowl TV all week. Yeah, if you're a bowler that's coming out of the PTQs, you're bowling an extra 7-8 games on top of, your qualifying games, which is typically 24. And then if you get into match play, that's typically 7. Anywhere from like 40 to 60 games sometimes, it seems like. What's up, Damon? Yeah. That's all right. Justin pitched it in the gutter. Yeah, now Justin kept a good attitude the whole day, and that's going to carry him forward. So, shout out to Justin for being the number 1 seed. Shout out Grandpa for walking the ladder 2 steps and getting his first title of the year. And he was looking for his cup, and they took it away from him. So that's
Pete gave it to him, and then they took it away.
this is 2 weeks in a row where the player went to go pick up the trophy, and they've taken it away from him. They did the same thing to Brandon last week.
That's wild.
Yep. Damon, appreciate that, man. All right. Well, I'm getting off here. Appreciate y'all for joining me. Till next time. See ya.
Where's Petey?